Isaac, how big is this?
It's huge.
Would you classify it as a beast?
Yeah, for sure. Probably. I've never actually machined.
Oh, at Bliss, we used to machine stuff, and then I would, I'd wipe the ways down and everything, because you get that up under the carriage on lathe or something.
Yep.
It's just gonna chew everything up.
Oh my gosh, I bet you could crash the crap out of stuff with this thing.
I think this machine would have one crash in it, and then that would be it. The ways do look good. Slight surface resting there.
These boring bars, profiles are amazing.
Yeah, this is fucking awesome. I'm glad we have these holders.
This is incredible. They weld them like this too.
At least 4 of them.
There's a holder down there too, just like this. One of these type.
Oh, good.
Well, one of these type.
You know these aren't cheap.
No, yeah, I know.
Huh? What is it? It's a lathe.
A lathe?
Mixed jelly
Yep.
beans.
Really? Wow. That's cool.
It's pretty decent size chip.
Yeah, and it was probably just peeling these off one after the other, all day long.
You know, it really wasn't cutting cast iron. That's good.
I don't know if it was.
It came with 4 tool holders. Crazy thing is, if we buy those tool holders new, it would cost us more than this entire machine. Isn't that flipping nuts?
Yeah, how much are they? A grand a piece?
They're 2,500. I think like those big blocks up there are 2,500. It's just insane.
$500?
Yeah, for the tool holders, brand new.
Jeez.
That chuck alone. I don't know what the hell we'd end up paying for that chuck, but
Well, it's tool steel, so it's probably god awful expensive.
it's just so damn tall.
Hard to machine.
One of the cool things about this machine is that it has so many new components on it. It was supposedly rebuilt from the ways up back in 2000 and, well, 5 years ago, so 2011. But this motor right here, this is the main spindle motor, and if you look, the tag on here is brand new. This was new in June of 2014. This motor is, I think, a 100 horse motor. Yeah, 100 horse, 75 kilowatt motor. This motor probably cost more new than what we paid for the entire machine and rigging. So it has a new spindle motor. It has a new spindle control unit. It has a bag of caramel popcorn. Nom, nom, nom. And then it also has these 2 servo motors. We haven't looked at the others, but it's a twin turret machine. So this is its upper turret and this is lower. This was new in, I think, 08, and this was new in 02. The machine itself was built in 1989, but it has all these new components. And we were told that the ways were ground when the machine was rebuilt back in 2011, and it really shows. Like, these ways are just flawless. Super stoked about that. Obviously the controller is not going to be new. It's kind of the only old thing on it, but if I really wanted to, I could replace it. I've done retrofits before, and I'm sure Mock Motion here in the States would be more than happy to tackle a project like this. See, it's got a lower turret and an upper turret. That upper turret, I think, is 12 stations, and this one is 8 stations. 24 inch chuck. It is a monster. So yeah, I mean, I could literally like sleep in this machine. It's so damn big. So this just happened. I was over here grinding, and some of my grinding sparks went across the shop and landed in our chips garbage can. Fuck, that's hot. And there's a bunch of titanium chips in there. They ignited, almost burnt the shop down. and I was able to grab them in the garbage can lid, carry them to the door before they melted through the garbage can. And there they are, just kind of burning a hole in our concrete. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I get some water here. Let's see if water will put out titanium chips. That looks like it works. I need more water though. Maybe my machine has coolant in it. Holy shit. What a nightmare.
We don't own it anymore. This project has been massive. I'll tell you really quick because it's actually headed out the door right now onto the customer's door. This was a 367 pipe weld job with a skid that we built in a little less than 10 days. We did all the pipe welding in 5 days, put in a bunch of like 12 to 15 hour days. You probably noticed I look really tired right now. But it's done. It's badass. It's pretty much the biggest project we've ever done in our shop. We're really excited about this project. It's a very large undertaking for our small startup company, and it's been really successful so far. We're just hoping to get past inspection, which we'll find out in the next couple days.
We're gonna have to pull it. It's just my word. Almost. Yeah, ready? Go! Keep going! Stop! The front of the machine isn't coming around because we have too much weight on this middle back one.
The back is coming around though for sure, right?
Well, the whole machine is just kind of sliding that way, which is okay for now. But we need to take the middle one out so that it just has one back one to slide around on. Well, it's about 11:30 at night and we've been working on this all day. We almost have the machine directly in front of our shop. We're not going to actually put it in the shop tonight because we have to do some talking to our landlord. Okay. Slowly cleaning out the shop. Really all we have left is all the shit on this wall and that shelf, and I guess we still have a bunch of crap left. But we're mostly cleaned out. Got a lot of crap moved into the new shop. And this is the new shop.
Hello, everybody.
See how much more room we have in here?
You have the Dodge keys, right?
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. It's our second day of moving into the new shop. And we're not making real fast progress, but things are slowly starting to take shape in here. We haven't moved any of our CNC equipment in here because we don't have three-phase power yet. Isaac has ordered all the supplies so that we can run a 200 amp three-phase service, And he's also purchased a box, which is going to go on that wall to hold all our breakers. We have 2 small 100 amp single phase panels to run everything else. But we probably won't have that 3-phase in for a week. We don't have the Akuma moved in yet, obviously. The Akuma is literally going to take up probably a third of, I would say, this entire shop. Well, maybe not a third, maybe like a fourth, but it's a big machine. We haven't moved it in yet because we don't know if we have work for it. And if we don't have work for the machine, we're probably going to try and sell it. We bought the machine for a job that fell through, and we're meeting with a company today to see if they actually want to have the work done. It looked like it completely fell through at first, but then we talked to them again. They weren't happy with the quote they had for machining from another company. So we're going to try and put in a bid to get the machining working. If we do, the Akuma's going to go on that far wall, and it's so big and it requires so much power that we have to run it off of a 3-phase 480 generator. We can't actually pull power out of the wall and run it because an electrician told us it would literally dim all of the lights in Greeley when the spindle came up to speed. So that's where we're at right now. So we're pretty much moved into the new shop. We've got our CNC equipment inside. We don't have our wiring done because our panel is coming tomorrow, and Isaac is going to wire our panel up and then wire all our machines into that panel. We do have the 3-phase run all the way to our building though. 200 amps of 240 volt 3-phase going to that knife switch. All that big box is right there is just a big knife switch, so we can shut our power on and off. And then this is the old 3-phase panel that we were running in the last shop. It's obviously going to get replaced with a much larger panel that will be able to tie in all of our 3-phase machines all at once. And right now we have a drill press, the 3-phase, this gigantic press, Isaac's Mazak, my Matsura, and then you can't see it over there, but in the corner that's the power unit for a 400 amp MIG welder that we're currently using right now to make these stands for these are pipe stands. They're for an oil field job. We're making 12 of these. I'm not going to show you them too closely because they don't look super pretty. They were welded with flex core wire, and we're using larger wire than we probably should have.
Trip before anything else.
Cool. So we're about to break some rules. We're going to hook the Akuma up. Actually, we've already hooked the Akuma up, but we're going to turn it on using our 240 that we have coming out of the wall. The reason that we're breaking rules is because that machine is a 200 amp, 480 volt machine, which means that we need 400 amps coming out of our wall. But we're not going to be turning anything on. We're just going to power the machine up. But we're not actually going to turn the spindle or really move an axis. We might do a tool change. So, on a 40 amp breaker, we're going to fire up the Akuma.
Ready?
Give it a shot, Isaac. Sounds like we have hydraulics. Sounds like there might be some air in the lines. Probably shut that off, Isaac. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were. So we gotta switch 2 legs. Gotta switch 2 legs.
That thing has some serious capacitors in it because it was still running. Probably 10 seconds after we shut off.
Was it?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Be careful when you swap those legs out.
It was pumping. It sounded nasty, like it was pumping backwards.
That's a lot of fluid.
Where was it actually coming from? The cap?
No, it's coming out of here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would normally be the suction tube, I bet. Yeah, it was running backwards.
Yeah, so we're running backwards. Super careful, man. There might be some voltage still left in those capacitors.
I'll hit it with the voltmeter.
What are you making, Isaac?
Materials rack.
We maybe moved into our new shop, but we are not at all organized. It is incredible how much we had in our old shop. And we're just trying to get it all organized so that we can start to be get some good functioning workflow. So we're making this materials rack today to get all our bar stock and our sheet metal organized. Finally have the mill moved into the new shop. Got new shower curtains, new coolant, and we're running our first program on our first part in the new shop. Very proud of this moment. Let's take a step back to see what we got here. I didn't really talk about this much in the video, but I fabricated a control arm that could hold the computer and pivot on 3 axes around the machine, which makes running the machine much easier. It's just a so much more user-friendly setup. We also have some benches set up around the machine, and all in all, we just have a lot more space around the machine. And so much more light. That big I-beam there in the middle is going to be part of a loft that Isaac has since redesigned. We're not using that yet. So this is kind of where we are in the shop right now. All our big equipment is moved in. It's all pretty much wired up except for the robot in the corner over there, because we haven't really found a good use for that yet. Welders are wired up and ready to go. This new little flexible desktop, whatever the heck you want to call it, screen, caddy, is just awesome. It moves around very easily, and those hinges up there work really well. So I'm really digging that right now.
Okay, so this video has gone on long enough. Suffice to say that we are in our shop. We sold the Okuma. I didn't really talk about that a whole lot, but the sale should go through in the next couple of days. We don't have the work for it, so there's really no sense keeping it. And I just made this really cool brand for my friend Ross that owns Rebellion Forge in Nebraska. You kind of see there, I tested it out. It works pretty well, but it takes kind of a lot of heat to get going. This thing has a lot of machine time tied up into it because I kind of experimented with Mastercam's rest machining feature, and I didn't really program a very aggressive tool path. I was really kind of mild, but the machine did really well. I mean, at one point the machine was running for like 2 hours straight at full RPM. The bearings kind of got hot. They're actually, this spindle was almost too hot to touch or to hold your hand on. You could touch it, but you couldn't hold your hand on it. But that's all done, machined up. It'll ship out later this week, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, subscribe or comment or just like. Thanks.